Awesome. Okay, well, thanks for coming to this webinar tonight. I'm Nat. My business is Nurture Tree, and I love sharing essential oils with people and helping them to empower their lives and their health. So I'm just doing an intro class tonight, and it will mostly be through a slideshow. So there'll be lots of pictures and lots of info, and it's recorded so that you can watch afterwards as well. So I'll just get started on sharing the screen. Hopefully I can work this out. Share screen. Oh, I've got heaps of stuff open. Whoops. Slideshow. All right, can you see my slides?
Yes.
Okay, can you guys just mute your microphones now? If you can just...
I don't know how to do that.
Awesome. Can still hear you, Sandra. Anyway, so welcome to this webinar. So thanks for joining me. And basically the idea tonight is just to share with you some valuable things that I've learnt about essential oils and to empower you to take control of your health and happiness. So let's just jump in. Firstly, I just need to say that these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure or prevent any disease. So I'm not a doctor and I try not to speak in medical terms. So we're just products that, intended to supplement and support your health and wellness. So I'll be talking in terms of supporting and promoting and talking about our respiratory system and stuff like that. So I think I can still hear you, Sandra. So if you can figure out how to just mute your microphone, there should be a button on the screen that says mute.
Sorry, it's a new computer.
That's okay. Just in the Zoom webinar, there should be a mute on the left, I think it is. Awesome. Okay, so tonight's class, we're going to look at what essential oils are. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why doTERRA essential oils are awesome, how we can use essential oils, and then also how to get them in your home. So I tried this last weekend and I got cut off on time, so I'm going to do it in two parts today. The first one we're going to go through what doTERRA and basic how to use them, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to go through our top 10 oils and then tell you how to get them in your home. So what are essential oils? So if you have a look at this picture on the left here, we've got a picture of a peppermint leaf, microscopic peppermint leaf. So the illustration shows a magnified view of what the peppermint leaf looks like, and the white objects on the surface are the oil sacs. So this is where the plant stores the essential oils, and they're also known as volatile aromatic compounds. So they're basically the lifeblood of the plant, and we can also use them in the same way for our body to protect against disease and just to nourish our bodies. So they've been used throughout history for, nearly 6,000 years. Food preparation, beauty treatments, and to maintain personal health. So one story I like to think about when we talk about the history of oils is the gifts of frankincense and myrrh that were given to the baby Jesus. And I never really, thought about how precious frankincense and myrrh would have been as gifts until I really learnt about frankincense in particular. We call it the king of the oils. So just knowing all the properties and all the uses of that oil now, I realise what a gift it would have actually been to a king and also to a poor family in that time. It would have been their medicine and really just the health of their family. So essential oils are highly concentrated. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So this image on the left here has our peppermint oil, and one drop of peppermint oil has the same therapeutic benefits as 28 cups of peppermint tea. So I don't know about you, but I'd rather just have one drop of peppermint oil than 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that's the same kind of level, and that's how concentrated and strong they are. They also affect our body on a cellular level. So while a lot of other products that you might get from the chemist or such can't really penetrate inside our cells, because our cells have a membrane that kind of blocks out a lot of stuff. But the essential oil molecules are very small, and they're also they're fat soluble, so they can actually interact with the lipophilic, which means fat-loving membranes of our cells. So they can actually go into the cells and really affect our body chemistry from a cellular level. So there's actually 4 grades of essential oils, aromatic compounds, that are available. So there's our man-made synthetic aromatic compounds, and this is, I guess, a lot of fragrances, perfumes, cleaners on the market. Anything that has a fragrance would be classified as those synthetic ones. They're not real essential oils. There's food grade extracts that are intended for cooking and ingestion. So they're, imported into the country as food grade. Then there's therapeutic grade, which is a category used to describe a lot of essential oils on the market. However, there's actually no organisation that regulates essential oil quality. So it's really difficult to determine the quality and safety. So doTERRA has made this CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade standard. So it's really a company standard that, we test our oils to, so that they're even beyond that therapeutic grade. And yeah, they're just really awesome. So really sets the bar for purity and potency of these oils. They're sourced, our oils are sourced worldwide from for the best quality. So that actually means that we source them where plants grow indigenously. So the plants grow the best in those indigenous countries because they have the best soil quality, they have the best water and weather to thrive at their best. So that's where we source the oils from, to have the best quality and best potency of essential oils. So they're tested rigorously to ensure that purity and potency, both within the company and also independently by third-party companies and in industries. So they're really tested and tested and tested, and if something doesn't come up to scratch, the whole batch is just wiped out. So we've been waiting for jasmine oils that we earned in a promotion a couple of months ago, and the jasmine plantation wasn't up to standard, so we have been waiting a little bit longer because we had to source the jasmine somewhere else that really stands up to that quality. So because of that, they're free of contaminants and pesticides, and there's nothing else in our oils. It's just 100% pure essential oil. So doTERRA, the part that really sits right with me with doTERRA is our what we call common pack sourcing. So we have oils, over 100 oils in our product line, and we have over 40 countries that we source these oils from. So under those 40 countries, at least half of those could be considered developing countries. So we're working with a lot of, kind of poor nations. Thanks, Kate. Lots of, really struggling countries. So it's very important to doTERRA to be putting into these countries and supporting the economies. So we pay very fair wages. We actually above board wages. The farmers are paid monthly, which usually wasn't the case for farmers before working with us. I mean, some of them are paid only at harvest, and harvest could be 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and I mean we've been paid monthly before, and even that's a stretch. So to be paid only every 6 months or 12 months for your family is quite hard to expect. So they're paid really, really good wages from our company, and that's something that's that the integrity is really of utmost importance to doTERRA. We also have a charitable organisation called the Healing Hands Foundation, and this is designed to empower the communities that we work with, giving them tools that they need to become self-reliant. So doTERRA, has funds or organises projects such as putting running water in these communities, building schools, vocational training for people, and then also encouraging them to coordinate co-ops with other farmers to get the best deals for their oils. So how can we use essential oils? So probably the most popular way is aromatically. We can do aromatically, so that's in the air. Topically is on our skin, and then because of that CPTG and potency and purity of doTERRA oils, we can also use some of them internally. So breathing in and smelling essential oils can have a really profound effect on us emotionally and physically. So aromatically means in the air. So the way we can use them is inhaling straight from the bottle like this lady is, using them in a cold steam diffuser. So we've got the diffusers down here, the little petal is the purple and white one, and the cloud diffuser is actually a waterless diffuser. That's the one on the right with that wood kind of grain along the bottom. And the way that the doTERRA petal works is it's just, you fill it up to the line with water. It's really easy. You just drop your oils in, probably about 6 drops, and you can use different blends. You can put 4 different oils, you can put 1 oil, whatever you like, up to about 6 or 7, 8 drops. You just pop the lid on and you turn it on, and it's ready to go. 1, 2 or 4 hours. Just agitates the water, so it's cold steam, because heat actually destroys the therapeutic benefits of our oils. So oil burner is nice for the smell, but you'll actually lose your therapeutic benefits. So it just agitates the water and shoots the mist out the top. So a diffuser can actually be great also for purifying the air, or if you've got sickness in the house or anything like that. And also great for easy breathing overnight, or just any time. So one reason why aromatic is fabulous is particularly for our mood. So if you have a look at this picture here, the nasal cavity, there's that olfactory bulb that sits just above the nasal cavity. Now that's actually linked straight with our limbic system of the brain, which is the emotional centre of our brain. It controls, within there's parts that control our emotions, our memories, and also response to things like danger and trauma and fear and stuff like that. So we can really affect those thoughts, feelings, emotions by inhaling directly from the bottle, from our hands. The oils are actually in our brain within 7 seconds when we inhale aromatically. So it can be very good for mood, because it goes straight to the brain where we want it to be effective. So the second way to use them is topically. Now, we can use, so 1 drop of essential oil is powerful enough to service every cell in our body, really, when we're using them topically. So they're easily absorbed into the skin to support our health. And I always recommend using a carrier oil. I use the fractionated coconut oil usually. That one's great because it's had the fatty chains taken out, which means that it doesn't solidify, it doesn't smell, and it's non-greasy as well. So it's really good for using on your body and your face, anywhere. And it means that I can make up roller bottles for my family, and in winter where it's cold, they're still liquid. So that's great. So some really great places to use them on our body. So at the bottom of our feet is fabulous because it's got big pores. It's in the blood system within 30 seconds. It's generally non-sensitive, and especially for kids, it's not going to, they're not going to get sensitive because it's near their nose. They usually can't smell it, or you can pop socks over the top and it doesn't really matter. So if anything for like we talked about the limbic system before, anything for our brain, around our head is probably the best, because we're looking at support. If you can use the oils in that close proximity to where your pain or where your need is. So for anything like head tension or brain conditions or mood, if you're using them topically, put them behind your ears, on the back of your neck, and I also use them on my wrist, just because I can kind of smell it from there. And then there's also on the back of your neck, if you kind of go either side and down a little bit, it's called the sub-occipital triangle, and it's actually a little bit of a divot that you can feel where there's a bit of a gap in the muscles, and the blood rushes there, goes straight into the brain and then to the body. So it's going really quickly into your brain. So that's a really good place too. We can also use them down our spine. I usually use it down my spine if it's for anything systemic in the body. So seasonal threats or colds or anything like that. Then, you know, if it's on a tummy upset, rubbing on your tummy in a clockwise direction. If it's sore back, on your back. If it's, you know, muscle tension in knees or joints or anything like that, straight on the spot. We need to be careful with sensitive skin, so keeping out of our eyes, ears, nose, and caution around sensitive areas like our pits and our bits. So you need to be careful in the bath. Don't put peppermint in your bath, because you will know about it. Something nice and calming like lavender, lang lang, frankincense is much better in your bath. And then if we do get a sensitivity on your skin, so we don't have a lot of side effects with essential oils, but if you do get any sensitivities on your skin, then we would, I guess, normally rush off to wash it off with water. But oils and water don't mix. So what we actually need to do is use more of our carrier oil, so our coconut oil, and add more. And it dilutes it further. And you can either wipe it off, or it just, you know, goes into your skin further, so it's not as sensitive. Yeah. What else did I have to say about that? Dilution rates. I think I put a slide up about that. Oh, no, I didn't. It didn't save. Never mind. Dilution rate, if you want to write this down, this is a really safe place to start. You can add a bit more if for an adult particularly, or an acute symptoms or acute conditions that you're not using the oil for more than a week or more at a time. For babies over 6 months to 2, is 1 drop to 10 mils, so that of carrier oil. So that's a half a tablespoon to a tablespoon is fine. For a child over 2, 1 drop to 5 mils, so a teaspoon of carrier oil to 1 drop, and for an adult, 1 drop to 2 mils, 1 to 2 drops in 2 mils roughly. So this is a 10 mil roller, so for a baby I'd be putting just 1 drop in that. For a child, 2 to 3 drops, and an adult 5 drops maybe. So, and if it's something acute symptom like a seasonal threat or something like that that's really intense and you're really sick, then you could add more. Some of the blends you might find on Pinterest or such have, you know, up to 20 or more drops in them. So I wouldn't really be using that on a child though. So because of our stringent testing, doTERRA oils can also be used internally. Now they can nourish our body from the inside out, or we can use them for really great in food. So we're looking at the oils like, all the citrus, the mints, the herbs and the spices are all fabulous in food, and they really just add a real depth of flavour, and they just taste amazing. So when I do my workshops at home, I usually make bliss balls with peppermint or wild orange. I made peppermint brownies today. They're a bit naughty. The bliss balls are a bit healthier, so I usually make those, but we made peppermint brownies today. And then I usually make guacamole with lemon and lime or black pepper or something like that. I like lemon and rosemary in my hummus. So they just add such a depth of flavour, and it's quite just intense and just amazing. And really 1 or 2, you know, a few drops goes a long way when you're using it in the food. You can add them to water under your tongue, or can make up your own kind of supplements with little empty veggie caps and just pop the oils in and use them that way. If we are using essential oils or the citrus oils in water, you need to use it in a glass or stainless steel container, because the citrus oils actually break down petrochemicals. So they break down the plastics, and whatever's in the plastic's going to leach into your water, which we don't want. So you just want to always use glass or stainless steel so that it's not going to break them down. And you can know which ones to use internally because it will say dietary use on the bottles there. So if it says topical use, you can't use it internally. Oh, there's that chart. That was supposed to be 2 slides ago. So we also have, so I guess doTERRA is really, it's not a magic pill, and it works ideally as part of a healthy lifestyle and healthy, I guess those healthy triangles. So really supporting a wellness philosophy of eating right, exercise, rest and stress management, and then trying to reduce a toxic load and reduce chemicals in your life, whether it's, food, cleaning, all those things. And essential oils can really be a part of changing all those things. And then we also teach and encourage informed self-care. So it's just really great to empower people to learn about their bodies and to learn about how the oils actually interact with our bodies. And you can then, learning a bit of the science is really fascinating. You learn how to, how it's working, what symptom actually is from what. So you think about, so what's that really the root of that, and how can I support that? And then proactive medical care. So, of course, we're not saying that you shouldn't see a doctor, and especially if you are on medications, you absolutely need to stay on those and, talk to your doctor, but you can use the oils to support that. And, I feel very good that I have a toolkit of alternatives right here ready to go for those mini emergencies that we get. So when the kids are sick in the middle of the night, I know I've got something to go to. I don't have to rush off to the ER or anything like that. ED, what do we call it here? ED. So, yeah, I know I've got everything that I need there. And then if they don't work, of course, we go to the hospital, whatever. But we actually haven't really had to do that. So it's just really empowering for me. And then for my kids, they've all got their own little roller blends that they've made up, and they can put on their own feet and so on and so forth. So it's really empowering for all of us. So we've got a lifelong vitality supplement range too. So this is actually our number one product for doTERRA. So it gives you all of your supplements that you need for a balanced diet. Our diets actually, even if you are eating well, you never really get everything we need. So these supplements add that. And everyone that I've spoken to who's used these has, said they're amazing. I've been using them for a few weeks, but I'm not really regular enough that I guess I've seen some of the effects that other people do. But I feel like I do have more energy and stuff already. And my skin's been nice, etc. So they're really good. So we've got the Alpha CRS, which is our cellular vitality complex. So that's really supporting cell regeneration and just healthy cells and cell growth in our DNA and etc. We've got our E Omega, which is our fatty, what are they called? Omega fatty acids and stuff. Yeah, so it's got all these fish oil type things and essential oil omega complex. And then we've also got the Microplex MVP. So that's all our food nutrients, all our multivitamins with all those extra vitamins and minerals. So the 3 of those you can actually order from the US. So they're only on a US order, but when you place an LRP, which is your loyalty rewards program, after you have got your account, these actually you can buy from the US for a really reduced price compared to supplements you'd get anywhere else. And most people who've used these supplements have said they're far better than anything they've ever used. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. Yay, we didn't run out of time. So does anyone, I'm just going to work out how to unshare that. Stop share. Let's see. Okay. Can you see me still? Yep. Yep. Awesome. You can unmute your microphone if you want to ask any questions about that. I am going to talk about the oils in general. Going to go through the 10 oils and then how to get our oils in the next session. So if you want to ask any questions, you can either, I think there's a chat somewhere that you can type, or you can ask right now if you want to as well. Anyone? There's only 3 of you there. Find the chat. Nope, no one's got any questions. All right, well, we might end this recording and meeting for now, and then the next one is actually I've set for 8:30 or so. So we've got 5 minutes if you want to grab a coffee or toilet or anything like that, and then we'll start the second one, and I'll get to run through everything else. So we're on a successful thing today. So thanks for coming to this one, guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.